You're expecting Sandy Claus.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Esports Money's ESM, MacTam, whatever you want to call me, and today we're going to be going over my guide to jungling Sand King. I'd like to apologize if my voice is a bit off at times. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, but now that we've got that out of the way, first skill is going to be the W, and then at level 2, your choice of the passive or the Q, but I strongly would recommend or strongly would endorse the passive over your active unless you are getting harassed or worried about getting picked off. Starting item is obviously going to be the Iron Talon, and then 1 Clarity and 1 Ward. However, if you're feeling like a baller and you're confident in your abilities, you can go ahead and get 2 wards, just to help the rest of your team out. So I'm going to wait until the first creep camp spawns. I'm going to hit him with the Iron Talon. I just pinged that so that the bot wouldn't try to come over and help me, so we ignore that little detail. I'm going to wait, and then right as my Iron Talon's going to be off cooldown, should be around 56 seconds, I'm going to use it on that Ogre, and then, Golem, and then I'm going to step out of the camp. So, now we have a happy little stack. If only that stack weren't half Golem, and therefore, like 50% magic resist. Be a bit faster, but whatever. So, now I'm going to go ahead and make myself a sandwich while I slowly download money. Yeah, so just, they're going to do little laps. Goal of this guide is to get a Blink Dagger by around 7:15, 7:30, somewhere in that time. And then the next thing that I would do is get Brown Boots, Wind Lace. I typically turn my Brown Boots into Arcane Boots. Tranquils are okay too, but I mean, you're kind of a utility support hero, so preferable to go for the Arcanes if you can get the money. It's not that much more expensive. So now that I have the passive, I can actually hit these guys, and then I can just walk away, and cool guys don't look at explosions. So back over here, go ahead and hit them with another Iron Talon, and since we're pretty far off from an even minute, I'm gonna just sit here and sandstorm them before I go and grab my bounty rune. I'm going to make an attempt at stacking and succeed. Grab my bounty rune and go back. Again, if the sound sounds a bit high-pitched, it is because I'm not actually speeding up the replay to 150%. I'm doing this in my video editing software because for the life of me, I can't figure out how to save replays of my private lobbies. They never seem to save correctly. If you have any suggestions about this, please leave those in the comments. Tweet at me, direct message me on Twitter, things like that. I would be super excited to be able to do it in a manner that didn't make all the heroes sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks, which is why there's no sounds on right now except for the game sound and my voice. So clearing that on up, I'm gonna go over and start fighting this camp. There's not a heck of a lot to say because it's a pretty straightforward guide. One thing that isn't super obvious is that even though I am sort of taking all the bounty runes, you don't really have to do that, and I make a small mistake here, I've got to go back and boop him again. But even though I take all the bounty runes, I actually don't use the shrine. So the rest of the team has the shrine completely at their disposal during this. So now I'm going to go over and kill the Ancient camp. Ancients tend to have pretty high magic resistance, but this specific camp does not. This is actually my least favorite camp to kill with pretty much every hero except for Sand King, just because they do lots and lots of damage, but they have no magic resist. Something that you may have noticed if you were jungling Lycan and killing Ancients is that sometimes the Thunderhide and this creep, if you're trying to stack, will use their ability and then lose aggro and just stand there like an idiot. This is really cool for Sand King because they actually won't move around when you use your W, so if you can get them to use that ability and then go back and use your W, they will simply stand there and feed you money, which is pretty sweet. Money is pretty sweet. So, gonna go over here and hit the big one first, and then kill them with my W. I should have used my W a little bit later there, or not at all. This is actually going to slow down my jungle a little bit because I have 12 seconds chilling on my cooldown. But I'm going to go ahead, pull him out, and hit both of them a couple times, and again, use my W. The W actually got buffed it wasn't super recent, but it was within the last year or two. It used to be that the W didn't last as long as the cooldown was at level 1. So even though it doesn't do that much damage at level 1, because they extended the amount of time that you can channel it, it's made the hero better jungling. So right here, what I'm doing is making a huge mistake. I wasn't going to fight that Ursa camp because I was looking for something to quickly grab money to wrap up this guy and grab my blink. So I go over and find a golem, which is just as bad, and eventually just settle on what I originally didn't. If I had just fought that Ursa camp from the get-go, I would have got my Blink Dagger a little bit early. I got the Blink Dagger at about 7:45, or at least had the money for it 7:45 this attempt. But, you know, it should have been around 7:30 if I had just stuck to my guns. So again, you only have to use one half the jungle for this. You don't really have to use the shrine. You can kill the ancients if you get certain specific camps. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments of this video. I'm not feeling too hot today, so please bear with me. My name's eSports Money's ESM, whatever you want to call me, and I hope this guide helps you out. Peace.